Okay, let's kick things off with a little riddle. What do a pizza, a clock, and a Ferris wheel all have in common? I'll give you a hint. They're all perfectly round and you see them everywhere. That's right. And today, we're going to crack their secret code. So welcome to the secret code of circles. Yep, that's what we're calling this. We're going to break down absolutely everything you need to know about these awesome shapes, just one simple piece at a time. It's going to be fun, I promise. All right, so where do we even begin? Well, let's start right at the very beginning. We're going to build a circle from scratch, using its most basic, most important parts. Every circle, and I mean every single one, starts with just one special point. We call it the center. You can think of it like the heart of the circle, you know? It's that fixed point right smack in the middle that everything else is built around. It's our anchor point. Okay, so you've got your center point. Now imagine drawing a straight line from that center all the way out to the edge. That line, that fixed distance, has a name. It's called the radius. And what's cool is, no matter which direction you draw it, the radius is always the exact same length. Always. So what do you think happens if you take that radius and just spin it all the way around the center? You got it. You get a circle. That's literally all a circle is. It's just the path that gets drawn when you keep that same distance, the radius, from that one fixed point in the middle, the center. And that path you just made, you know, the line that goes all the way around, well, the total length of that boundary has its own special name, the circumference. And here's an easy way to remember it. You're going to love this. Just think of it as the total length of a pizza crust. Okay, we've got the basics down. So let's meet the straight line crew. Yep, that's what I'm calling them. These are all the important straight lines you'll find hanging out in and around a circle. First up, we've got the chord. A chord is super simple. It's just any straight line that connects two different points on the circle's edge. It doesn't have to go through the middle or anything fancy. It just has to start on the edge and end on the edge. That's it. Now it's time to meet the superstar of the group, the most famous line of all, the diameter. Now, a diameter is actually a special kind of chord. Just like a chord, its endpoints are on the circle, but, and you gotta remember this part, it must pass directly through the center. No exceptions. So how do you tell the difference between a random chord and a diameter? It's easy. The diameter always goes through the center. And because it does that, it's also the longest possible chord you can draw in a circle. In fact, if you think about it, a diameter is just two radii stuck together, end to end. Next up in our crew is the secant. A secant is kind of like a chord that just keeps on going. It's a full straight line that slices through the circle, hitting it at 2 points, but then it just keeps on traveling off into the distance on both sides. And last but not least, we've got the tangent. This one's a little different. It's kind of shy. It doesn't cut through the circle at all. Instead, a tangent is a straight line that just grazes the edge. It gently touches the circle at exactly one single point and then keeps on its way. Just a little tap. Okay, so we've met the whole straight line crew. Now it's time to talk about the really tasty parts. I'm talking slices, curves, and crusts. Let's get back to that pizza. So first, let's talk about an arc. An arc is really simple. It's just a piece of the circumference, you know, a part of that curvy edge. And they come in two flavors. You can have a little short one, that's a minor arc, or a really long one, which we call a major arc. Okay, now for the fun part. What do you get if you draw two radii, two lines from the center to the edge, and then look at the space between them and the arc they create? You get a sector. And this is the one everybody remembers because, well, look at it. It's a perfect slice of pizza. But hang on. What if you use a chord instead of two radii to slice things up? Well, the area that's trapped between a chord and an arc is called a segment. To stick with our pizza theme, think of it like this. It's that crusty part you cut off from a bigger slice. Wow, okay, you've learned a ton already. So I think it's time for a little pop quiz. A super quick circle parts pop quiz, just to see what's sticking in your brain. You ready for this? All right, question number 1. Take a good look. What do we call this line? It's going from one edge to the other, right through the center. What is it? Did you say diameter? If you did, you are absolutely correct. Awesome job. Okay, let's do one more. How about this line? Look closely. It's just touching the outside of the circle at exactly 1 point. What's that called? And that is a tangent. Yes, you got it. You're officially a circle expert now.
All right, let's do a super fast recap with what I'm calling your official circle toolkit. Ready? The center, that's the middle point. The radius goes from the center to the edge. The diameter goes edge to edge, but through the center. A chord connects any 2 points on the edge. An arc is just a piece of the outside curve. A sector, that's your pizza slice. And a segment, that's the crusty part. Got it?
And just like that, you've cracked the code. You now know the secret language of circles. So I've got one last question for you. Now that you know all the parts, what are you going to build or discover with them? Seriously, start looking around you. I guarantee you're going to start seeing these parts everywhere.